What is up, party people? Just decided to test out the camera on the LG G4. Figured I'd find out how this whole talking by yourself thing works. Please excuse everything the way that it's flipping around and twisting. In case you haven't noticed, you might be attached to the steering wheel. We're just riding along in my 2002 Mitsubishi Lancer. Yes, it's got 120 horsepower to the crank, but with 193,000 miles on it, these are some very tired horses. It just sounds fast because it's really loud, and it's just so that people understand that I'm coming down the road so they get out of my way. Today, I'm rocking the Series 26650 Nazy box from Nate Phillips with Mods by Nazy. That was gross. It's actually pretty badass. This is one that I won on the show when we had the really big giveaway. It hits like an absolute freight train, obviously, because it's 8.4 volts, MOSFET protected, so you can use any switch. Right now it's got the anti-vandal switch. I've got a couple of other boxes from him, and I've got to say that everything that he makes is fucking phenomenal. Now, I've seen some other modders that make boxes, and I don't want to point anyone out because I'm sure that everyone can see on the internet who makes good boxes, who makes really crappy boxes, and who just uses a lifetime supply of hot glue in their boxes. Now, Nate, on the other hand, and I've had the liberty of being at the shop while he's making things, is very, very particular with everything that he makes. You know, if he's got a system for everything, which everyone should, of course, but he's got a very fine attention to detail, and everything turns out the exact same every single time. He tests things before they go out, which a lot of box modders won't do because they just assume that everything is going to work the first time every time. But if anyone's ever seen, you know, the way that life works in general, life works, you know, 75% of the time, every time. And we're just waiting at the stoplight here. Yes, my car does have a weird idle problem with the idle air control valve. I haven't fixed it because I just don't care. And yes, my car is loud and slow. Damn, this is some good stuff here. The juice that I'm vaping on today, this is Harlequin's Kiss from Cloud Chemistry Vapor. This was sent to me courtesy of a good friend of mine, Jacob Pritchard. His online name, as everyone, or that some people may know him, is Hokey Vapes. He tends to come around our shows on Trove Live a lot. I've spoken to him personally on quite a few occasions. I always refer to him as my twin. If you ever decide to stop by the show on Wednesday nights, we have a show. It's Control Your Coil, or is it Coil and Control? I can never get that right. With Sam Vito. You know, Sam Vito does a lot of, red light. Sam Vito does a lot of YouTube reviews of things, of mods, and primarily juice. He's a pretty good friend of mine. I'd assume he's a good friend, unless he hates me and talks shit about me a lot. He probably does. Let's see what else. Well, there's a lot of other shows we do have on Trove Live. Is that a Prius? Oh my god. No, it's not a Prius. Okay, it's a little Civic. I swear to God, in the distance, this car that's just passed me looked like a Prius, just hauling ass down the road. But it's still funny to see someone in a Civic that assumes their car is a performance monster. I don't happened that I needed a muffler, and instead of spending $300 to replace the muffler, I spent about $50 at the exhaust shop for them to just weld a piece on so that I could pass inspection. Now, I hate being lost in thought. I really do. Perhaps I'll find different camera angles for just random things here. I gotta find other stuff to talk about too. This is really weird. I don't know how people do this. They're just riding along, they're talking to themselves like they're having a conversation. Maybe they have voices in their head. Maybe I should. But yeah, it's funny. The guy that I just got passed by in the Civic, and I'm doing the speed limit, is not doing the speed limit, going very slow. Yeah, maybe the steering wheel mount isn't exactly the best. Get a little bit of steering wheel shake and whatnot. But now back on subject here. The Cloud Chemistry Vapor, they actually make a lot of good juice. Now I can't really say, well, this company makes better juice than other companies, or that company is the best for everything they make, because everyone's taste is going to be subjective. Obviously, let's lean into it. Lean into it. And some companies are just absolute trash with some things because everyone's taste is subjective. Now, one of my favorite of the 5 that I've tried so far from Cloud Chemistry Vapors is their PB cups. It's just like it sounds. It's a peanut butter cup, like Reese's peanut butter cup. And when you're vaping it, you get the peanut butter taste, you get the chocolate taste, so that's exactly what you expect. You also get, in what I taste with Reese's, is a little bit of honey that's mixed in with the peanut butter. Now, of course, I could be wrong in that. Maybe I'm just an absolute jackass when it comes to those flavors, but that's what it tastes like to me. Harlequin's Kiss is the one that I'm vaping on today. And everyone's giving me different things. One person told me they tasted grape. Another person said they smelled strawberry. Me, I get something kind of like peach rings. So peach rings, and it's got a definitive tart taste to it. And we're coming back to normal view. And I have a couple of other ones. I've got root beer. I've got an orange creamsicle flavor. That's pretty spot on. And the last one that I have is PB Cups, Harlequin's Kiss, lean into it, orange creamsicle, root beer, and there's another one. I just completely forgot what it is right now. But so far, everything that I've gotten from them has been pretty spot on. Now, I mean, there's certain things that I'd probably change about certain things, or that maybe I personally don't like, which is absolutely fine because everyone's entitled to their opinions. It's really hot right now. I had to roll the window down, or roll the window up to keep down on the noise. And my wonderful car, it only puts out heat. There's no option for cold right now. In the roundabout. My brother got married to this song, or this was their exit song. Should have been just me. Perhaps I'll get something like a noise-canceling mic or a clip-on mic. I've got one of those that I plan on also using with one of those little action cameras that I have to cut apart and weld things, or not weld, but put things where I want as far as the microphone input, because it doesn't actually have one. It's got an onboard microphone, but it sucks a lot.
Makes it sound like we're talking like this all the time.
And that's never any good, I mean, not if you want someone to actually hear what you're saying. Woo! 40 miles an hour. We are hauling ass now. And on the subject about the car, I mean, I've had some people that will talk trash about my car. Well, you know, it's only a 2002 Mitsubishi Lancer. The Evo's faster. Well, of course the Evo's faster because it's got a dual overhead cam engine. It's a 2.0, which this is a 2.0. It's also all-wheel drive, and it's got an additional thing to it called, I don't know, a turbo. But other people that have said, well, you know, my car is better, my car is faster, whatever, that's completely fine. Mine's also paid for. It's a 2002. We've had it since 2003. Yes, I do have to pay for maintenance on it, but that's expected. It's got, you know, 193,000 miles on it. I've changed the timing belt once. Being stupid, I stripped the spider gears within the differential inside the transmission, but that was my fault, being stupid. Put in the gears from a transmission from a Mitsubishi Mirage, and it's actually like an upgrade. Other than that, I haven't really had anything major or catastrophic go wrong, aside from hitting a deer. I've killed 2 deer with this car so far, so maybe that ought to say something about the strength of a 2002 Mitsubishi Lancer. Back around again. I wonder if the, and I'll probably see this in post-production, I wonder if the, oh, road closed. You guys are still doing construction in my neighborhood. Not cool. So now I get to go piss off neighbors with my exhaust. The sun is going down. Getting ready for the show tonight. Whoa, take that one a little bit sharper next time. Lean into it. I shouldn't be going this fast through the neighborhood, especially my own neighborhood. There's a random dog out in the middle of the road just kind of hanging out. Cause today I found my friends. They're in my head. Of course, that's what it looks like. It's just one person making videos by themselves. A whole bunch of nothing. Really wish I had more to talk about. Gosh. Alright. Well, looks like that's all for now. Time to go get prepped and ready for the show tonight. Peace out.